As I promised, I'll get back today and show you how to turn that exhaust flap on your car. I just did the how to get the whole logo on your car instead of just the M or just the FIA or whatever you put on there. You get the actual whole thing up there. Doing it the right way, going through expert mode. That's why most of that stuff's in English, or half in English, because when they come off the line, depends upon the engine and if they're going to put the M sticker on the back. This is a 19, so the 19, they weren't sure if they were going to make it M because they're out here and there's not that much of a price difference between the M and that. So they were a little bit up in the air, I guess. So they besides the brakes, there's a couple, the first half of the year, the turbo is a little different, and the spark plugs are different. A couple things that they add. It doesn't have the extra horsepower, but the top speed is a little in between. And once the 0 to 60 time is about a quarter of a second difference instead of a half a second, 3/4 of a second difference than the ones at the 50i's that they're making now, or the second half of 2019. I don't tune my car to make it go fast enough for me, man. I just wish they'd have a governor on it. But anyway, we're going to do the exhaust flap. Doesn't matter what type of car you have. If you have one that does have a fake noise, you're going to have to shut the fake noise off. I just know the X7 does not offer it. Maybe the M's that they came out with now, they do. I just know if you go to this one to go to shut it off, it says it's not available on your car, so it's not like you can shut it on or off or anything. When you get into expert mode, it's going to show that it's off because it doesn't have one. So if you want to get your exhaust flaps and get normal, that growl from the back of the exhaust, and when you shift the mode into sports, you're also getting that actual more beefier sound from the engine, even though it's not high liter engine like a Cadillac V8 or something, but it doesn't sound as subdued as everything else. If I had somebody else standing by the exhaust and I gave it some gas once I shifted it over, you would hear with the flap open just the different sound that it makes. And again, it's not fake sound, it's the sound the way the car should be. But anyway, let's get this thing going quick. It's getting late. As you can see, they don't even offer in here an X7M. This is my car when it hooks up. They didn't even offer it then. It was one of the first that they made. So we're going to continue there. We're going to go, we only have to go into the head unit and change 2 quick things, and we'll be done. If you do have the fake sound, you got to shut it off first. Or actually you don't, you can shut it off in here. It's just another step I'm not going to be doing. It's 3 things you would have to do. I would just do it from the outside menu if I was you, because I can't show you on here. There is a couple guys out there doing videos talking about whether you youngsters would be whatever you call those, the cracks and the booms that are coming out of the back of the car that us older folk ain't too crazy about. If you're into that, it's not going to do anything to that. It may add to it if you're on some cars you're able to leave them both on, but that's more with the piping on the car. That ain't my thing. I like my car sounding how it's supposed to sound without fake noise. And opening that exhaust flap and throwing this in Sports Plus, this thing sounds like a beast. Without those extra funny noises. Sounds like a Fiat when it's driving like that. So anyway, we're going to go into the head unit. I'm sorry. Let that sucker load up. Yeah, I'm doing this with 2 phones. Yeah, I'm really slow. I have my head more times than I want to talk about. But let me show you the menu quick. So like I said before, I'm not actually going to code because mine's already set. Just trust me on this one. I don't care who's telling you what. Go in here. You're going to do your backup. Before you do anything, as soon as you turn your beamer code on, turn your ambient lights off. All right, unless it's an add-on. When you have the multi-layer ones with the Sky Lounge and all the other stuff, there's too many units in there, and for whatever reason, when that, especially when this goes on and off, when you code in the car, all that's in there, and you blow one thing or it throws one out of whack, there's too many layers to go through, and I know too many guys had problems with it doing other stuff on their car, and all it would have took is just shutting the ambient light off. So do a fresh backup. Do someone with and the same thing. Just change something back and forth real quick. Do a fresh backup so you have it in case you have a problem. The first couple times you mess around with expert mode, it can't hurt. So ambient light off. Listen, I do all my stuff in my car on. You can do it when it's driving. You want to put in that other mode, you know, the diagnostic mode, go ahead. That's usually where they lose their ambient lighting, or just something, a fuse goes somewhere because they're messing around with just too many things at one time. It's not meant to. I don't leave the adapter in there. I use the CX adapter. That one works good for me. I'd replace that other one without the lights, what they call it. This one's about 40 bucks. That one's like 30 bucks. I'm not on here trying to sell you one. I get myself a free one. I'm not giving away door prizes or anything like that. I'm just trying to help you guys out a little bit. Do something the right way. So anyway, we're in here now. We're gonna go to our expert mode. I'll do another video show you how to get when you have the better sound system in here. I'm not talking about the bowers and welcome. When you have the Harman Kardon with the subs under the seats and stuff, you can, instead of using the equalizer, when you put in that Bower and Wilkins mode, you get in the sound settings like concert and theater, sort of like how a TV has like the surround sound. It adjusts your surround sound with it. It just depends on what type of, if you're listening to rock, rap, you just hit these different modes and they all sound just so much better than having to do with the equalizer and mess with the tone and the bass. You'll find it just by pushing a button, say, yep, that's the one for me with my music. It's a good feature to have. I'll do a video. I don't know. I haven't seen too many videos on that, so I think I've seen one and I think it sucks. So I'll show you do that quick another time. I shouldn't say quick. My version of quick. We're just gonna go to expert mode here, and we're gonna search. What I said, we're doing sound, right? So we're gonna go sound. This is real basic menu. I'm sorry, I'm not in expert mode yet. This is where you would do the barrel mode. Let me go to expert mode. Cancel, yeah. Expert mode, continue. Okay. Sound. You can see there's only, usually when you see these capital letters, there's usually more in between, but there's not much to this menu. So whenever you see the capital with the sound, that's one feature. And then when you get to another one with a capital with the sound, there's usually a couple features under it. It's two different things. So one basically is just turning on, let me get to that screen on the car. It's just turning on, because you won't have any of this in your car at all. You can go to settings, like I said, and then you go to general. Okay, and you're going to end up getting the engine sound on your screen by doing display in the configure, because you're configuring the display on your iDrive. So you'll be pressing that, and you're going to be disabled on yours. You're going to enable it. Okay, that's all you're doing. And you're going to arrow back out. You're staying in the same thing. You're going to go, it's not the space, it's but the one under it. No, I'm sorry, it's actually the one right under it. Active or inactive. You're going to do the flip-flop. You'll be on active. You're going to switch it to inactive. And back out. You're going to code. Shut your car down. If you're doing it with your little orange light on there, same thing. Let everything pop back up. You'll get this screen, and you'll be all set. Like I said, you figure out what sport the other stuff does, depending upon driver mode. But when you put this thing, if you're outside the car, you put it in Sports Plus, and you're out by that, you hear that flap, it's open, and it's a big growl. And also with this, when you're in the Sports Plus, that engine is it just shifting to different spots, and it's got a it sounds more like it's not a remote control car. Like some people like them. This might not be for you. You like that Fiat sound, but not me personally. I don't, especially with a V8 in the car. But yeah, that's really it, man. Get all that real quick. Takes me longer to tell you than it does to do. Just like I said, main thing: shut your ambient light off, do your backup before, get a fresh one if you didn't do it recently in a while, and expert mode. If you have a problem, don't change 50 things. Change a couple things, code it, shut it on and off. Otherwise, this will time out on you. Not when you're coding. Obviously, be in airplane mode are the three things you got to do. Nobody seemed to mention on the newer cars the ambient light, and I'm telling you, there's probably somebody out there that had to bring their car into the shop and they wondered why. They said, "Oh shit, was it because I was coding?" Yeah, it probably was. There's just too many layers on that. So yeah, that's all you got to do. Hope I help somebody out, man. Hey, put a like, thumbs up, whatever you want to do, whatever you don't want to do. I ain't here to sell you anything. Wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, God bless. Everybody stay safe. Take it easy.